Hey, Jay here with Trail Talk Part 2, or a little bit of our kind of podcast talking, answering questions, and looking at rad trails. We're picking back up in Utah. We had a rad trip with Spencer, Dirt Bike TV 2, and you can check it out right now.
Yeah, my hands are pretty cold. Okay, Trail Talk Part 2, you can see that it has gotten later in our ride.
This is if you guys watched the other one, this is a little bit later, like an hour, not hour later, I guess. And it's starting to get pretty dark and cold, starting to drop the temperature down. And we're quite a ways away, and we pick a trail that we did years ago because we figured it'd be really fun, and it was.
Yeah, I think "we" is an interesting word choice there. It was like, we got to do this.
Oh, duck.
Yeah.
Duck.
Remember that? That was, I was all jamming because I had to throw a different GoPro battery on because it looked so cool. I wanted to record it.
Right.
And then you took off from me, and then I was like, all right, got to catch up. Luckily, I caught up anyways.
Who broke that tree?
I don't know. The wind, probably.
Yeah, that needs some work, that one.
I'm sure. It's for sure still there because I doubt they came out there before that first snow. It was probably like a month after this video.
Yeah.
So. A lot of people kind of ask about trail clearing. It's a lot of volunteer. So if you see dudes who are out there doing it, obviously thank them. They're cool for doing it. A lot of people at Rocky Mountain ATVMC partner with the Rangers group out there.
Forest Service, yeah.
Forest Service, yeah.
They partner with them up in Utah. They help a lot. There's other groups all over the country that we get a lot of information on. So yeah, definitely, it's great to be able to help when you can. Jim goes out.
JR in Idaho, that was cool. Remember JR?
Yeah.
Cool. He did like thousands of trees. He'll do like thousands of trees in a season.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He has a marker on his bars.
Like a little counter thing. It was really cool to see that. And so Utah, I don't think it's as, obviously this riding area, it's a lot of thinner aspen trees. In Idaho, there was big, it's big pine trees. It's a lot of pine trees. It's super dense.
And they come down throughout the summer.
Exactly. Like you'll go through 15
windstorm.
minutes later, and there's a tree that has fallen on the trail you just were on.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we're riding 4-strokes on the trail mainly. And you want to tell everybody why?
Because 4-strokes are just better. Plain and simple. If we're just saying it like that, the thing is, for me, who's an intermediate novice speed, I'm above the beginner threshold, and I have decent, trail skills, and I can do static balancing. All right, I feel that a 4-stroke, specifically a 350 or above, probably. I think 250s are maybe a little bit more comparable in power to 2-stroke trail bikes, but the 350 and then some 450s that we've ridden, like we've ridden the Sherco one, and then obviously our EXC 450. It's just that 4-stroke grunt and power carries you up stuff. It has so much more momentum and plantedness to the bike. It feels like a toy bike when you're on the 300 2-stroke. And then I get on that 350, and I'm like, this is a man's bike. And I just go, bah, and it just takes off, right?
So, yeah, a couple of things is the 250 4-strokes, I will say, for the trail, it's probably not good for most people. It's just not enough to pop. They're a little slow and heavy for the trail. So that's why you kind of got to be 350 and above. And then because the 250F, unless...
We used to big bore them all the time back in the day.
And even then, it's just not enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Here's the little bit sketchy section.
Didn't scare
you walked it across.
Yeah.
When I saw you walking across, all I don't want to say sissy like, but I have a video of you doing this on a TX300 back in the day.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the TX300 that we have now. I have a video of you riding your TX300 across that.
The other direction though.
No, it was coming down. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was coming down.
Why don't you paste that footage in here?
I couldn't find it. That's my point. Because when that happened that day, I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. I must have, long gone, deleted or something. But yeah, that was a fun trail ride day. These trails.
Well, let's get back on that. Is that especially at being older, I don't mind walking at a few sections.
Yes.
There's no trophy.
Nope.
So it's better to err on the side of caution there and be able to survive another day.
Yep.
You notice even older, and at the end of the long ride, I'm still trying to get up and stand up as much as I can. It's important. You have way more control. I have a lot of guys who sit down from first minute they leave the truck, and then especially at the end of the ride, you can't get them up, and they're not safe, especially going downhills.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't. you don't have any safety.
Yeah, this is like hour 4, and you're still standing up whenever you can, and that's something important to remember. Is that standing up, you have more control on the bike. It's insane. It's night and day.
That's so awesome in there.
The little S
But
up
yeah,
above
it's
the tree
night and day
then
how
down.
much more control you have if you're standing up and you run into a problem.
And any pro is going to tell you that too. That's not just us sitting there. I remember we went on the dual sport adventure. We had who was it? It was Destry Abbott. Destry Abbott was talking, and he was giving everyone advice about how to do it best coming down this gnarly rocky trail.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, stand up, grip with your knees.
Yeah.
And then, stay loose in the arms. It's like that. That's like those three little tips that will save you going down hills. Don't sit down. You're going to crash, right?
Now, a lot of guys are into the snow bikes up in the mountains.
Yes.
Like up here and in Idaho gets more snow.
Yeah.
Because you got to have a decent amount of snow where snowmobiles are going in that range. People ask why we haven't got into it. And, my biggest answer has been just that, first of all, we can do in the wintertime in Southern California and in Southern Utah, there's just so much good riding that it's hard to justify picking up a new hobby that first of all, I have a higher chance of getting hurt at because I'm not used to doing it. It's cold. It's picking up an expensive bike to build.
Very
People
expensive.
do switch the bikes back and forth, but to me, it seems like a hassle. And a lot of the guys I talk to now are just leaving the bike set up.
That guy who bought TC's bike, he's got like 5 snow bikes. He keeps all 5 snow bikes all year round.
Right.
Because he's putting bigger cases on them. He's putting nitrous on them. You're not going to want to take that all off. So it's like it's too much work to take it on and off. And then also, you're going to have a mediocre snow bike if you don't fully commit to it. And then you're going to have
Well, suspension's going to be different.
Yeah, you're going to have a less than durable motocross bike too. So it's like, you better just pick one. I think if
and so I don't think there's anything wrong with snow bikes for guys who want to do it. But I'm just saying for us, that's why we're not messing with it. It's just that it's another thing. It's the same reason I don't go snowboarding or wakeboarding or anything else. Pretty much just ride dirt bikes. We'll go hiking occasionally because something I can do with the women folk, and that's
kayak. Fun little basic stuff.
We can do with the family. But as far as another man hobby, I don't know if I need another one, and that's been my problem. And another investment as far as money goes, that's a pretty big commitment. So they do look like a blast, but even if something looks fun, I'm going to just probably stay away for a bit. GoPros. Talk about GoPros, because a lot of people ask about how cool our GoPro looks, especially on our Instagram videos and stuff.
I think a lot of people ask about GoPros because they don't know what the GoPro is really capable of. Anything from a 9 on is a really good option. And here's the thing: you can find even 11s, either on a deal new or somewhat cheap. You can find 11s for $380. $400, and you have a good setup, and the 11 will last you for a long time to come. GoPro just released the 11, and there's not been a lot of significant updates recently since the 9. From the 9 on, if you want to find a used 9, you're going to put a 9 on, and it's going to look awesome. You can use the settings we use. We have videos on that, but it's 1080, super view, super high stabilization, and then either 60 frames per second or 30, whatever your preference is for how the trails are going to look. And then obviously those cameras can shoot up to 4K, but I've never really had a super big need because all our videos that we shoot here in the garage are all 1080 anyways, so there's no reason. But kind of nerdy, but obviously it still looks good no matter what a lot of times, but yeah.
This mountain footage reminds me that the one buddy
Quail.
Yeah,
I almost just hit the
he
quail.
Survived, yeah.
I backed off.
So we have one buddy who's never gone to the mountains with us in Utah or Idaho or anywhere, and that's Dirt and Iron Rado. He's never gone. Like, I don't know if he's scared or what. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't go.
I don't know.
It looks pretty fun, doesn't it?
It does look pretty cool.
It's like, it seems like it'd be good. And like it'd be like a really fun thing to do. And he seems like, I don't know if he just doesn't like dirt bikes that much, or just like I like them a little bit. And I don't really want to go to the mountains.
Didn't he have like a plane ticket at one time and then backed out?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all set to come up to Utah, Jonas. And it was a non-refundable ticket.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So he's still paying on that.
That's unfortunate.
So anyway, how pretty does this look? So now we're escaping the shadows. And now we're back in the shadows. I was like,
well, we're getting up to the road is what's happening here. So this is kind of the end of that cool little trail. And then we get on the road and then We just ride dirt road all the way back until we make a mistake, and then get on the freeway, like the highway essentially, and there's semi trucks going past us at 80 miles per hour. I don't have that footage in here because
Good.
I was too fearing for my life to record any of it.
So that's talking about headlights, and
Yeah.
we have great headlights on the EXC you're on and a couple of our other bikes. But on the bike I was on that day, it was a gas EX350, which is the same as a 350 XCF.
Yeah.
No lights, no
No
capability of lights, and we don't really plan on it because typically we're not ever riding close to dark. So that was definitely not the plan.
Mm-hmm. The sun's coming low, it's gonna be pretty bright here when we're on the. I'm in a rain rut right here, and that's why you passed me.
Well, it's nice that when you're talking to me in the Cardo systems, which you can use our code DBTV1, get a little discount. So it's nice you could tell me, hey, stay to the right.
Stay to the right.
If you have the better rider up front, he can give you little tips.
Yep.
So if I go riding with Rado, I'm going to keep him up front to tell me what to do.
Yep. Absolutely.
He's younger by like 15 years.
Yeah.
14. Well, it depends which age, because he's got a different racing age, I think.
That's true, but don't tell the AMA that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Trail Talk Part 2 of our last father-son mountain ride together. Just ripping it on the road.
I could have splashed you right there.
You could have, but you didn't, and
I knew better.
I would have yelled at you. I would have abandoned you too on the road. I would have been like, see you later. I have a headlight, you don't. Wait, what are you gonna do?
So now we're in boogie mode here because we know we're in trouble to make it back.
At this point, I think it's like 5:30, and it gets dark at this time of the day. At this time of the year, at like 6:30, it is pretty much pitch.
And it's getting really cold here.
It's
from when we left.
Very cold.
So,
luckily, we dropped down and it gets warmer.
It gets a little warmer,
but then it's like 8. I think we got back to the truck at 7:45, 8 o'clock. We were on that highway for a good 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was good riding.
Fun stuff. So
absolutely.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed some of this, and don't forget you can always email us your questions, and we have links to good stuff. If you email have a question, just send it. Look, I did a one-hander there.
Yeah, you pointed.
This video's over.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.